Hello and welcome back. Here we have another Friday the 13th game video, Survival Part 2. I've done one. In the previous video I want to quickly mention, in reflection of that, what I should have said. When you're escaping in the car, there is usually on the map, on even the main map,
what am I gonna do?
There's a big road that will run usually kind of centre of the map somewhere, either north to south or east to west. With a car, you essentially need to use the side roads to get to that main road, and your exit will be at either end of it. I didn't mention that, I really should have. So, in this video, again, it's essentially the same rules apply. It's gather the equipment that you need. So I've already got a car battery here. Now, I do intend to fit this car battery, but at the same time, it's not really necessarily what I want to escape in, because I have badges that I want to achieve. But I am going to fix this in the car, and I'm going to do that in a moment. When we get there, you'll notice, or you should notice, that I'm going to try and demonstrate how skill checks work in this game more closely. So we're going to run up to the car. You can see the hood's open, it's right nearby, which is perfect. And when you get to it, what you'll find is you'll hold X, and that'll start it off. You'll have to hold X the entire time. When you get to these grey sections, that's when the button will pop up. So then it was R1, L1. Here I messed it up, R1. And it's within these grey sections, so R1, grey section, L1.
I'm doing this right.
And it's done. And that is essentially how the skill checks work. These are the skill checks for, you'll use these skill checks for repairing potentially booths that have been powered down if Jason has hit them. You'll use it for repairing the fuse for the phone, so you can ring the police and escape. That's another method of escape. Putting the fuse up, there you go, there's the fuse for the phone. It's right round here, so we'll go and do that now. Won't zoom in though this time. And it's the same thing, R1 with grey, L1, grey, L1, grey, R1. So there you go.
Is this the police?
I'm not going to ring the police.
We're the kids at Camp Crystal Lake. We need you. We need you now.
Yeah, you just need to kind of gather all your equipment. I keep picking up these traps for Jason, because it just hinders him, really. He's already got to break down the door to get in, and then if there's a trap behind it, it gives you a bit more time. So we're going to run around a bit more. We're going to carry on. We've done the car battery, we've done the phone. It's already been rang, I can see that. That's in the top left hand corner. That also gives you a timer. So you can see there you've got 4 minutes 20 odd seconds until the police arrive. Again, the police will arrive at one of the exits of that main road that I mentioned with the car. The bolt is a bit different, and we'll talk about that the closer we get to it. Well, I'll talk about it a little bit now. With the bolt, you'll have a starting position, and there'll be some little icons that are the potential exits. Sometimes there's more than one, sometimes there's only one. It's like a buoyancy thing. I'll point it out when we come to do it. You could see a power box right there on the outside of that. You come in, you want to shut your doors behind you, because at the very least it's got to take time to open them. You just want him walking in. The beds, or these beds here, you can hide under those. You just press X. Take another trap. Again, the reason I'm doing so many traps is because I'm hoping that at some point I'll walk into one and I'll get a little tick towards my next badge, because we're counsellors and we earn badges. We earn badges when we play. The windows you can tap X to open a window, and you can close a window again by holding X. If you've barricaded a door, again you shut the door with X, you can barricade it by holding X, and then you can unbarricade it by holding X. At some point I may do a video talking about this, just the essential controls for playing Counselor in this game. Now I think we're going to come up to a sequence soon where we deal with Jason. I'll pick up the key. I don't know why I'll pick up the key. I don't really need it. I don't really intend to escape via the car. So I don't really need the key. It'd be better to kind of let somebody else have it who wants it. But we're coming up. And we're looking for some oil. You'll know the car and the boat are marked on the map. They're usually the items in blue. You've got two maps. You've got your mini map, which is in the right and bottom corner. That's what you'll use essentially for your common navigation. And then you'll be able to pick up the big map. To use your big map, it's your center pad button on your PlayStation controller. It's your center pad button, and you can also check how many survivors are in the game by pressing the options button. So this right here is that you probably saw that big center road right there. That's the road that'll take you. This road that I'm coming up to. It's a clear, obvious big road. This is the road that either exit either side of that road towards each edge of the map would be good for the car. And one of those will be highlighted for the police. You won't see it until the computer arrives out. I couldn't get in then. So here we have a sequence coming up. With Jason. I think it's here. Yes, it is. So I want this can of gas. The gas is used for the car and the boat. You don't necessarily have to pick between them. Well, if you've only got one can of gas, then obviously you do. But per map, if there's a car and a boat, there will be two cans of gas. There will be one for the car, one for the boat. They're not specific, you can use them on either, but obviously you have to choose which one you want to use it for, depending on what you might already have ready. So this Jason's in here. My intention is to shoot him, but he gets firecrackered, so I'm just going to take that opportunity to get out. No! Here's the thing though, it's worth noting that Vanessa, if you watch it, that Vanessa actually let Jason. The reason for that is because sometimes you'll come across stuff in this game, you'll come across it in lots of games like these, where you've actually got people helping the opposite side. So we've actually got in this game, we've got a counsellor right now, the Vanessa, the blonde girl, who's aiding Jason in trying to kill people by opening doors and letting him in and leading him essentially to where people are. It's a cheap tactic for people that honestly don't do that well. Interestingly enough, it doesn't do these people well. You won't necessarily see all that because I cut the video short just to the point of survival, but it did originally carry on for some time, and the only people left in it was the Vanessa and the Jason. So in my boat, I'm just going to put the oil in real quick. Here again with a skill check, he's got 4. Get to the grey period, get to the grey period, get to the grey period.
Think I put that on right?
It'll tell you which buttons to press. It'll only ever be L1 or R1, but you don't know which one it's going to be until you're in that little grey section. Make a skill check. So we've got gas in the bottom, and then on the map it's been marked because someone's already picked it up and put it back down. Where the propeller is, that's the other item you need for the boat, the propeller. And the propeller is right there. So we'll pick that up and we'll take that back to the boat. Head to that little blue icon on the mini map we've just come from. And now, it's worth mentioning, when you're ready to escape, before you escape, make sure that you know exactly where you're going. You want to map your route. If you don't have somebody with you who can direct you, you want to map your route, which is exactly what I'm going to do in a moment. And you'll see me bring up the map, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm looking at where I am and where I want to go to, and I've marked it out specifically. So there we go, escape, right there in red. I put that up. So the blue part is for the boat. I'm going to go up and then to the left. Once that's done, and I've checked and I know which way I need to head and everything that I might need to avoid, that's when I start to actually make this final repair. Because I don't want to summon Jason before I'm really ready if I make a mistake. Because you can hear any mistakes that you make. There's a mistake, so he would have heard that.
Think I put that on right?
Anyway. So now it's in, then we jump in the boat. Like the car and the ignition, we hold X to start it. And that red bar's full, it goes all the way around.
Holy shit!
It's ready to go.
It started!
R2 is to accelerate, let that little stick to steer. So again, we're going north. Check my map earlier to make sure I knew which way I was heading. This first bridge. Under the second bridge where the main road passes over. To the left. Third bridge, Jason just to the right, there's a lot of people there. And here's the boyos that tell you what spot. And that is the second escape. You survived. I don't really plan on doing a video for escaping with the police. It's essentially quite common. You can see some people here. I don't really plan on doing a video for escaping to the police, but I may do a video on